China. That's why it's fork in the road. Is it a logistics issue or demand issue? That's going to be the bull-bear debate. We believe it's more logistics rather than demand, and that continues to be strong. But that's why this is, I think, one of the most important earnings from Musk and Tesla probably in the last few years.
So whatever the issue is, are they going to be able to increase their units as much as the street currently expects, or they have told the street in the past?
Yeah, look, we believe they still could guide toward 50% growth for the year, to be about 475K type number for Q4. I think demand looks strong, specifically, in Europe as well as in China. But look, for the first time in a few years, backs against the wall. I mean, they've had some stumbles. We could say some of it's logistics, but obviously in a macro like this, there's going to be I would say guilty till proven innocent in terms of the demand. And for Musk, when you add up, Twitter and everything else, I mean, it's just been a combined headwinds for Tesla, and that's why the stock just continues to trade lower.
You worry that he's going to have to sell more shares to help fund the Twitter deal?
Well, I do worry. I mean, you had a great interview with Costello, in turn talking about the Twitter deal. I think the worry is some of the financing falls through and he's going to have to sell more. And I think that has really been the albatross on Tesla in terms of it's the combo. It's the delivery miss and the worry that some of that financing could ultimately fall apart. And Musk ultimately is really going to be the one that's going to have to make it up. How would he do in terms of selling more Tesla stock? And I think that's front and center in terms of what's really been overhang.
I know, but none of that ever forces you to change anything on the stock. I mean, you got to outperform and you still got 360, right? You call it an albatross. You say it's an overhang. You say this, that, and the other thing, but nothing ever changes the price target.
Yeah, and Scott, it's a great point. And my view is just the Twitter situation. I think it's a contained overhang that ultimately in the next week or two, we continue to believe that Musk will ultimately own Twitter, by October 28th. And in terms of ultimate view on Tesla, in terms of where I view it in 2023, if they could do 2 million plus deliveries, given the profitability and given the margins, I believe this is a stock that is in the mid 300s. And that's why we don't change our price target knee jerk just in a white knuckle market.
Yeah. All right. Dan, I appreciate it as always. Dan Ives, Wedbush, joining us there. We'll talk to you again soon. Have a good weekend. Up next, a bad bet. Casino stocks feeling big time pain this week, but could there be some solid upside ahead? We'll debate that in today's Halftime Overtime.